All right, good morning. Had lots of rain here. It's going to be my second video on this bike, and I've learned a few things. I'm going to go for a little ride, and then I'm going to explain a few things that I've noticed. First, I installed this rack. I got this from CRF's only. I think it was about $100. I would make a little video on how to install it, but I mean, basically you take them 4 tie down bolts off that comes with the bike, and you put the bolts in that they send, and this rear one has a little nylon spacer, and that's about it. So I mean, you don't really need to make a video, but it took about 10 minutes maybe to put in. And a couple things I've noticed that I have to think about, and maybe I'll get a reminder. I'm going to go for a little ride, and then I'll have more to say about it. I do have a rack bag coming for this. It's supposed to be here yesterday. We've had nothing but rain here. I mean, it hasn't rained every day all day, but it's rained a lot. So a month ago I made a video, and I've put about 300 miles on the bike. So because, you know, this is, I travel to work interstate. I have driven it to work 4 or 5 times. It's only 11 miles, but it's about 9 of those are interstate. And this bike, and people around here drive around 85, 90, believe it or not, on the interstate. It'll push at 80, but as a stock configuration. But really, you know, 70 is probably pretty good cruising speed on the highway, and at 70 during rush hour and early morning traffic, before the real rush hour traffic comes in and things slow down, 70 is kind of slow. There's tracks in the highway, there's potholes. It's you know, it's St. Louis area, so we are not you know, this is not Connecticut. This is the hood. That I want to mention, if you're about to buy this bike, and I also want to ask some questions if anybody else has these same things that I've noticed about the bike. A couple in particular that I don't know if it's right or if it's wrong. So let me take it for, I got to strap a little bag on this thing. I don't have the bag that I ordered, so I'm just going to put this on here with a couple bungees. I got some stuff in there I need to transport. I got to run a few errands, so and then I'll stop up the road a little bit. Maybe it'll jar my memory. I usually start out in second on flat ground. Okay, so I got 323 miles on it, and I'm not trying to pick on this bike. Okay, so just a couple things. Every now and then when I'm at a stoplight, and maybe this is just a break-in period or something, I'm not sure, the motorcycle just dies. And I'm not talking about, you know, popping the clutch or anything. I'm saying just sitting there, it just dies, idling in neutral. That's one thing. The other thing, I think I mentioned this in the previous video, the fan is down here and it blows heat on you. And the first day I got this bike, it was pretty cool outside. I didn't think it'd be a problem, but it turns out it's annoying as hell, because when it's 95 degrees out and you got potentially, you know, 150 degree air blasting out of there, when the fan kicks on. Now the fan's not on all the time, but it comes on when you're stopped or you're going slow. That's the last time you want it to come on. Okay, another thing, you know, I can live with that. The other thing I noticed, this has really got me puzzled. The gas gauge, like right now, it says it's completely full. It's not completely full. I know it's not completely full. And that varies a lot. The other day, I was down the city and I did not want to run out of gas where I was at. And it was all the way down here. So I thought, that's weird. I haven't put that many miles on it. I pulled over, I got some gas. I put 1.1 gallons or something in it, and it was filled to the brim. Other times I'll be driving, the gas gauge will look low, and then all of a sudden it'll go up to like a half a tank. I'm not sure if that's a malfunction or if anybody else is having that problem, or maybe somebody can leave a comment, you know, with their experience with these CRF 250, 450, you know, the 300's new, but maybe they have the same kind of gas cage in the other bikes. I don't know. I've never ridden one. The other thing I wanted to point out is the kickstand is a lot more stable than you think. So when I get on the bike, because I'm just a little short, and this rack is great, man. This is great. It's a great thing. I just step on the peg and step over, you know, like a horse, I guess. Kind of like a horse. I've never really ridden a horse, but I've seen them on TV. I get off the same way. You do want to make sure it's planted on concrete. I'm not saying do this in grass or if you're on any kind of hill or any kind of incline at all. That could be bad. If you're on a flat surface like I am right here, you can climb up on that bike, no problem. It feels like it's going to fall over, but it's not. Just make sure it's all the way down. Make sure you don't roll it forward or anything while you're getting on it. And then once you get on it, then you can, you know, put it upright and kick the stand up and you're ready to go. That, to me, in the beginning, I was just a little short for this bike, I thought. You know, I don't want to mess around with lowering it or anything like that. I think that would mess up the rake. But really, all in all, I'm having a good time on this bike. It's useful. And, you know, I think I'm going to enjoy it. Please leave an answer to my questions about the gas gauge especially. And tell me how you feel about that air coming out, blowing off the radiator. And is that similar to the 450 and the 250 have that? What do you think about this rack? I know there's other racks that might be available now, and certainly there's going to be more that are available. The only other one I saw that was available was from Thailand. It was going to take forever. This one I got in just a couple days. I think it came from California, and I'm in Missouri, and I got it in about 2 or 3 days, and CRFs only. And then I have a bag that should fit on there pretty good from Amazon because I had some gift cards I needed to spend. Yeah, those are my thoughts. And I'm going to go riding today. It's just been terrible with this rain. I'm taking for a little ride, I think. Maybe I'll put the camera on and anybody else, you know, stay upright, my friends. There's a freaking stoplight. Not a motorcycle trail. This is a good part of the reason why I got this bike.